That's right, boy.
How you think I did? Hey, how you think I did?
Good. Close fight. It's a very tight fight.
Hey, Curtis, how long did it take you to adjust to the pitch?
It's fighting, you know. So I'm not gonna say I really don't know because I was into the fight. You know, I was keep trying to come forward. You know, I think I took off a round. You know, I think that's what made it what it was. But overall, I think I won though. But the pit is I love the pit. It's marvelous. You have to fight. I love the pit.
Curtis, what would you do different in a rematch?
Stay in his chest. Give him no breathing room.
All right, well, before we get going on the full-fledged Q&A, just want to make a couple of statements on behalf of DirecTV and BKB. With us up here on the stage, we've got John Gieselman, the Senior Vice President of Marketing for DirecTV, Co-Commissioner BKB. Alex Kaplan, also Senior Vice President of Marketing, DirecTV, and Co-Commissioner BKB. We have Ross Miller, former Secretary of State of Nevada, who acts as a consultant for BKB, and Chris Long, who's the Senior Vice President of Programming and Original Content for BKB. Obviously, we have our main event fighters and their trainers. I'll open it up by saying that, on behalf of BKB and DirecTV, we were very pleased with BKB2. Overall, the production of the event in-house went out flawlessly. There was a lot of excitement in the room. The crowd was on their feet. They were treated to a lot of intensive action. We saw some great knockouts. And time again, our fighters got into the pit and delivered on the promise of toe-to-toe, in-your-face action every step of the way. So we were very excited with that. The broadcast itself went off without a hitch. The new hit chip technology performed flawlessly. It really delivered on what we'd envisioned in terms of enhancing the fan experience within the television broadcast. So we were really pleased with that. There's no doubt that our main event, win, lose, or draw, was a highly contested example of two great fighters getting in the center of their ring, bringing everything they had and showing their best. We were really proud to be able to offer that type of fight for our main event, and we were really pleased with what both fighters brought to the table tonight. Also, we were very excited about our first female bout, an all-out war. Nobody would argue with that, and it was really exciting to see that happen, the first go-around with the female bout. So another high point tonight that we were really pleased with. But all in all, on behalf of BKB, we were very pleased with the event. We were very pleased on what we were able to deliver for the fans in attendance and the television viewing audience. That being said, I do want to open it up now for Q&A, kind of resume where we left off. So if you have questions for either of the fighters, their trainers, or any of these executives, please fire away.
Hey, Gabe, you've been in the ring with a lot of power punchers. Where would you rate Curtis Stevens? Is he the hardest puncher you've been in the ring with?
Nah, I'm saying, honestly, the shot was like one of those flash shots, because if I was hurt, I would have got up wobbling. I got up like, fuck, man. This was a round I felt like I was winning. Probably got a little too relaxed or something, you know what I mean? Didn't have my guard up, whatever, so. But, honestly, man, I felt like I did a lot of stick and move, you know what I'm saying? This is the pit, but at the end of the day, it is boxing. You know what I mean? So the art is hit and not get hit. I felt like I made him miss a lot of big shots. I was rolling underneath a lot of shots, smothering them. I mean, I even tied him up. You know what I mean? I felt like I was fighting a smart fight, disciplined fight.
Do you think BKB should implement an overtime round, when you have draws like this?
That's a good idea. Straight up. Want to run it back right now? That's a good idea. You know what I'm saying? That's a smart idea. Absolutely. I know there was a tournament on ESPN with the heavyweights, and whenever there was a draw, they went to the final round. That's definitely a good idea. You know what I mean?
Gabe, how would you rate your performance, and what would you do different in a rematch?
Where's that coming from? All right. Listen, let's put everything in perspective. My last fight, I had a detached retina. Got medical records. This is not me talking shit. This is real talk. Detached retina, torn pupil, fractured orbital bone. A lot of motherfuckers would not come back as quick as I came back. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, to fight a puncher. You know what I'm saying? That just goes what I'm made of. And he got me with a good shot, and I give him that, but I got up. And the next round, I brought it to him. I felt like in order for me to continue on my career, because I want to have a long career, I feel like I have to be more of a stick and move type of guy, you know, not engage in war. And I felt like that's what I did today. It's the pit. It's hard to box in that little ass circle. It ain't easy. But I felt that's what I did, and I felt like being the champion, I feel like you gotta take it from the champion. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that Curtis wasn't trying, but I feel like, you know, when you take a title, you gotta really bring it. You gotta put a stamp. You know, I felt like I did enough to win the fight.
In the middle.
Thanks. I think this is for Chris. This was a really hard fight to score. What did the gloves tell you? What the kind of stats, numbers? What did that tell you?
Well, listen, it's all for entertainment use only, so we don't look at it to score the fight or to influence any type of this, the judges at all. What the scoring told us was that both fighters punch hard, and I wouldn't want to be in the ring with them. That's what they told me.
You know, the pit, one thing you gotta remember, the pit is designed for a brawl, right? That's what it's designed for. But at the same time, if you're able to utilize the pit in a way where you could use it to your advantage and let the aggressor be aggressive, and you keeping him at a distance with a jab, and when he comes in, you smother him and you tie him up. If you're boxing smart, it's boxing. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I actually saw the women fight, and what's the lady's name with the short hair? She boxed a beautiful fight. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. We in the pit, yeah, but you know, you really don't have, it doesn't mean you gotta go toe to toe. You can box smart. It's gonna be a fast pace, and it's gonna be action. You know what I'm saying? But I felt like I was the boxer puncher today. You know what I'm saying?
This is for Shane and Curtis. This is their first time training him, Shane. What could have Curtis done better to win this fight? And Curtis, what do you think you could have done better also?
Well, first of all, I thought that Curtis did win the fight. But I think that he probably could have let his hands go a little more to get the knockout in certain areas, and maybe stay a little closer. And when Rosado did try to smother and hold, do different techniques to make him have to work even if he's holding. But there's a lot of things that we're gonna work on. I think that him getting his feet wet now in the BKB and getting out there and fighting, and the things that we worked on in camp, he's seen they worked, but now he knows that it works. And I can't wait till next time he gets in the ring, especially if it's Gabriel Rosado. I think that we're gonna see a totally different Curtis next time.
Well, you'll see the same me. Boxing, stick, and moving, and making a miss.
Curtis, just to finish off, I think he was curious to get your perspective as well on your performance and what you might have done differently, if anything.
I think I was in the chest most of the fight. I took off, I think a little bit too much. I think it was one round, I believe he didn't even touch me. So I believe I just stay in and just let my hands go a little more, just stay in his chest, don't give him no room to breathe.
Shane, you mentioned that we're going to see a different Curtis in the future. Is he capable of changing at this point, of throwing more feints, more combinations, more double punches, just adding a different dimension?
Of course. It's just him making up his mind, make a commitment to do it. It's gonna happen, and I know he can do it. So when he steps in the ring again with Rosado, it's gonna be magical.
Are you guys tweaking the training camp at all for the environment, for the BKB ring? Are you specializing your training camp at all for the ring, for the special ring?
For the pit?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna do a lot of working out on a circle. Probably draw a circle on the ground. And my boxing ring is about the same size as the pit, so I think that's will help him out a lot as well.
Hi, I want to ask Gabe Rosado's trainer, is there anything
you believe that Gabe could have did better just to decisively get the win?
I think if he would have offered his jab, stepped a little bit more into his right hand, I think we would have, cleaned it up a little bit more. Because I noticed when judges are judging fights, they usually call in more of the power shots, and they usually call in your right hand. If you're right-handed fighter, they call in that a power shot. So the more right hands you throw, overhand rights, big uppercuts with the right hand, whatever, I think they score more. The jab, they don't respect the jab anymore, so, because not a lot of fighters using the jab, so the judges now are not really respecting the jab. But I could say, if Rosado would have threw his right hand a little more effectively, I think, we'd have locked it in. But I thought we won the fight. I had it 5-2. I thought Kurt won the second round and the fifth round, of course, with the knockdown. But, I thought we did what we had to do. We stayed behind the jab, stayed smart. He came out clean. This is a guy that's known for bleeding and getting cut. He came out clean. He's ready for a model shoot right now.
This question is for Alex Kaplan. How soon can we expect BKB3?
Yeah, we're hopeful. We're hopeful that we'll have an announcement in the next week or so on another date in the next couple of months. So it's definitely something that's on the radar, and we're very close to announcing.
I hope you guys invite me back after this question, but it seems so many of these promotions crash. They spend 20, 30, $50 million, and we never find them again. Are you guys dedicated to longevity, and are we going to see you 10 years from now?
Well, you're definitely not invited back.
Yeah. Name on the credentials. Look, I don't think this is just any promotion. This is BKB is something it's backed by DirecTV, which is a Fortune 100 company. We believe in what we've built here. We have some great fighters, Gabe and Curtis, who sort of showed you what the pit can do. So we have every intention of being around for the long term.
Are we going to start to see some behind-the-scenes action and find out what these fighters are about as human beings, not just as athletes?
Well, actually, we have a lot of that now. Chris can talk more about it, but we produced three shows called BKB Unfiltered, which does just exactly that, which air on DirecTV, and I'm sure you can find them on YouTube and some other places as well. But you'll see more of that. In fact, you can learn a lot about these two guys right here. They're great shows.
Yeah, we spent probably the last 3 months annoying Curtis and Spicy, his mom, and annoying Gabe. We spent an enormous amount of time. We think cinematically what we have done is some of the best behind the scenes you can get on boxers. And, if you watch the follow-up that's going to air in the next week and a half of BKB Unfiltered, you'll see the reactions after the fight. You also see, obviously what happened on the press conference on Thursday, the weigh-in on Friday. So there's a lot of feelings that are going back and forth because it's a fight to generate a lot of noise for the fight. And you get, the raw emotions right after it's happening. And we've been covering that with cameras you see all over. I think Shane's seen enough of my cameraman for a while now, huh?
So we're going to take one final question, back middle of the room.
I would like to know if it is possible for you guys to put more female fights besides the one that you had with Layla. I think it was a wonderful job that the ladies did, and they performed very well. And besides Layla, she's a great fighter. I think it would be more female fighters willing to participate in the BKB boxing. That would be wonderful.
Yeah, we agree. I think that fight was terrific. Layla was just an awesome performance, and I'm sure we'll talk to her about coming back, and if there are other female fighters that are the right fit for the pit and for BKB, we're certainly interested. I think it was a huge success, and as Mark said, one of the best things that came out of tonight.
All right, well, thanks everybody for your attendance tonight, for the great questions. I want to thank everybody here on stage for what they've brought to the table tonight in terms of answers. And obviously, if you guys have any additional questions, anything related to BKB, you can certainly contact myself or my colleagues in the PR team, and we're certainly happy to help you. So thanks a lot. We hope to see you at BKB3.